Hello everyone. Welcome to AS Edutorials. Today we will learn about components of food. Before starting the subtopics, let us know what does the title of the lesson mean to say. The title, Components of Food, refers to the different types of nutrients present in the food we eat, such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, fibers, and water. These components are essential for the proper growth and functioning of our body. Our meals may usually have a grain item, along with dal or meat or vegetables, and sometimes curd, buttermilk, or pickles. Different regions have different meals with varying food items. When we travel, we may not have access to such a variety of food. While traveling, we consume the food or meals available there. Why does our body really need different kinds of food? There is a reason why our meals have variety of foods. Our body needs different nutrients from different foods to function properly. Eating a variety of foods helps us get all the necessary nutrients that our body needs. This is why our meals usually consist of a distribution of different types of food. 1.1 What do different food items contain? Each dish we eat is made up of one or more ingredients that come from plants or animals. These ingredients contain some components that are needed by our body. These components are called nutrients. The major nutrients in our food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, dietary fibers, and water. Not all foods contain all these nutrients. We can test whether cooked food or a raw ingredient contains one or more of these nutrients using simple methods. The tests can be done and observations can be recorded in Table 1.2 of the textbook. To conduct the tests mentioned, we need solutions of iodine, copper sulfate, and caustic soda, as well as a few test tubes and a dropper. You can try these tests on both cooked food items and raw materials and record your observations in Table 1.2. Some instructions for preparing solutions. Carbohydrates are of different types such as starch and sugars. We can easily test if a food item contains starch or not. Test for starch. Putting 2 to 3 drops of iodine solution on food items shows whether they contain starch or not. If the food items turn blue, black is shown alongside, then the food items contain starch. Test for protein. If a solid food item is to be tested, first it has to be converted into a paste or powdered. Grind or mash a small quantity of the food item. Put some of this in a clean test tube, add 10 drops of water to it and shake the test tube. Adding 2 drops of copper sulfate solution or 10 drops of solution of caustic soda to the test tube. If the food item turns violet, the item contains proteins. Test for fats. To test for fat in a food item, simply take a small quantity of food and crush it in a piece of paper. Look for an oily patch and hold the paper up to the light to make sure. Sometimes a food item may have some water in it. In this case, keep the paper to dry for some time, and later, after the paper has dried, check for the oily patch. If there isn't any patch, then the item does not contain any fat. So, what do these tests show? Are fats, proteins, and starch present in all the food items that you tested? Does a food item contain more than one nutrient? Do you find any food item that does not contain any of these nutrients? The tests done show whether a food item contains fats, proteins, and starch, or not. No, not all food items contain all the 3 nutrients. Some may contain 1 or 2 of these, or some may contain all 3. A food item also contains nutrients like vitamins and minerals. It is very rare to find a food item without any nutrients, as nutrients are very essential for the growth and development of our body. A food item also contains nutrients like vitamins and minerals, other than the ones we tested for. So, that's all for today. Hope the concept of today's video is clear. Meet you all in the next part of the video. Till then, keep learning. And also, if the channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, we will start English grammar vocabulary enhancing and grammar lessons. So subscribe now, if you haven't yet. If any doubts running in your minds, feel free to ask in the comments below. Until the next video, I take your leave. Keep learning and enjoying.